We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this Here's Mookie Betts. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. The 1-2. Ripped on the ground to first. Gonzalez is up with it, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. Past meetings against Lance McCullers, he's 1 for 3. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up, and he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2. Next up for the Red Sox, Hanley Ramirez. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Changed up on him as this is grounded to second. Altuve fields it cleanly. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends. Here's George Springer. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. The 1-1. Hard hit ball to second. Nunez loves it, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gun. Striding in for Houston, Alex Bregman, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. The 1-1. Just catches the inside corner for strike 2.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher. But if he's going to locate like that.
Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Benintendi going back. Gone as it's into the Crawford boxes. At the plate, Jose Altuve, the reigning batting champion in the American League. Count remains at 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Hard hit ball to short. Bogarts has it. And that's the second out. Next up for the Stros, Carlos Correa. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch. Here's J.D. Martinez. Past meetings against Lance McCullers, he's 1 for 4. Hard hit at third. Bregman gloves it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second. Digging in, Xander Bogaerts. The 3-0 pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. And there's out number 2. Rafael Devers the next to bat. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's amazing. I tell so many fans, you get in a box one time, the one pitch you're going to swing at.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. Lifetime against Chris Sale. Just 3 for 14. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. Here now the 2-2. Hit in the air out to left. Devers onto the grass. 1 down. Now at the plate, Marwin Gonzalez. They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And that's a fair ball as it'll head for the 326 sign in right. And he'll reach second now with 1 away. Now to the plate, Brian McCann. The 1-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Giving chase is Benintendi. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Evan Gattis now standing in. Lifetime against Chris Sale. He's just 2 for 9. He also has 1 home run. 1-2 now. Gonzalez stands at second with 2 gone. And the fastball is off his glove, and it gets away. And he'll make it to third here on what will likely be ruled a passed ball. Hit on the ground to short. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Into the box now, Eduardo Nunez. 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. The 2-1 is laid off of for ball number 3.
You know, when you haven't gotten a guy on base yet in the entire game, a 3-ball count kind of feels like a little mini rally. Let's see if he can get on.
3-2, full count. The 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. Oh, and he misses it. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Altuve is there. He's got it one away. Striding in for Boston, Mitch Moreland. 2-1 to the Red Sox first baseman. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. Jackie Bradley Jr. waits on deck. That smoked, but right into the ship. Throw gets him. 2 down. Here's Jackie Bradley now. Past meetings against Lance McCullers, he's 1 for 4. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2. And a jam shot here as this is sent towards second. There is Altuve. Throw on to first, and that error won't come back to haunt him after all. Here's Jake Marisnick as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The 1-1 home is looked at off the plate for a ball. Now the 2-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
I think one of the keys, Matt, you want to try to initiate contact. But one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to run the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Whatever you want to throw it over for a strike.
Nunez calls for it, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Riding in once again, George Springer. Here's the pitch.
Springer.
Hit out towards second. Nunez from the outfield grass. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first appearance in this one. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Nunez ranging into the outfield, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. Thought about going for second, but instead now they've got him in a pickle. And try as he might, but he can't escape the... Digging in for his second at-bat, Mookie Betts, as we begin the top of the 4th. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Reddick has a read on it. 1 away. Ready for another chance? Andrew Benintendi. He popped out in his first trip. Just a tick behind for a strike. Now the payoff pitch home. Gets him looking up around the letters. Here's Hanley Ramirez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. 1-1 pitch is a sinker taken for a strike 1 and 2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a ground ball to third. Bregman fields it cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now a check swing here, and no swing, says the home plate umpire. Not even an appeal. It's ball 4. And a low throw to first that bounces as he can't hang on. So here's the cleanup hitter, Carlos Correa. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And the pitch is off the catcher's glove as it rolls away. And maybe some miscommunication there as the throw zips right by him. And he'll make it to third here on what will likely be ruled the 3-1. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, and it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball. The 3-2 one more time. Hit on the ground to third. Gloved by Bogaerts. Notch one in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's a 2-0 ball game. Digging in to try it again, Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
The struggles continue, but that happens when you're not able to locate your secondary pitches. You become a one-pitch pitcher. He needs to start to get those secondary pitches over really fast.
And he's safe.
First baseman, number 9, Marwin
Gonzalez. Here's a look over to first, but he's safe at first as he gets back in time. The 1-1 is strike 2 swinging. Correa stands at first with 1 out. Grounded back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 in this one. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brian McCann. He flew out in his last at-bat. And here's one that misses to the Houston catcher. It's 2-1 now.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now. He needs to get this frame over with sooner than later, so forcing contact and getting the defense involved is probably the best thing he can do.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. A play at the plate. Tag is there, and he's out trying to score from first as the second run. Evan Gattis now standing in. Sale sets. 1-2 on its way. Swing and a little tapper.
Batter's going to have to find a way to regroup right there. That caught too much of the plate. He knew it. He missed it. He might not get another opportunity to put the ball in play.
Two, here it is. A swing and a miss as he chased with. So here's the Boston cleanup hitter, J.D. Martinez. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. They want to get things going. How about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. Comes into this. No runs, just 1 hit, and 1 error on the Boston line score. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out. Rafael Devers the next to bat, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. At the plate, Eduardo Nunez. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. Digging in the switch hitter, Sandy Leon. first at-bat of the game for him here in the 5th, as he was a late entrant into this one. Ready to deliver the 1-2. He pulls this one into right, and that's in there. Base hit. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone. Here's Jackie Bradley now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Count is 1-2 now. Now here's the ball popped up. This behind the plate for McCann. And he will make the play back there, and an opportunity. Here's Jake Marisnick as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th. Sent on the ground out to second. Nunez is up with it, and that's out number 1. So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, George Springer. Couple of groundouts on his batting line in 2 trips so far. A bouncer up the middle. Bogarts to his left. He's there on to first, and very quickly 2 are gone in the home 5th. Ready once again, Alex Bregman. He was thrown out at second trying to stretch a base hit into a double in its last at-bat. Hit on the ground out to short. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. So a runner at first with 2 away. And striding in, the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off. For ball
Number 1, shortstop, Carlos
Bregman over at second. Altuve at first, 2 out in the inning.
For the Red Sox, number 56, Joe Kelly.
Fouled off.
Now catching.
Again, a 1-2. And a check swing here, but he holds up. Here's Mookie Betts. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Popped him up. And there's out number 2. Here's Hanley Ramirez. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. No contact there, and it's 1-2.
Hey, you can tell by the look on that manager's face, he's obviously frustrated right now. But it's a long season. You're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows with your offense. Does he take a step back and relax a little bit, or does he call a team meeting right after this one?
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Springer. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. Lifetime versus Joe Kelly. He's 1 for 4. Here's Bogarts, the young shortstop. And there's 1 down now. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. Last time through was a base hit.
Marwin Gonzalez.
Down the first baseline. And that finds its way through for a base hit. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. Around second. He's on his way to third. The relay throw. Throw won't get him. Digging in once again, Brian McCann. Count still full, 3-2. Gonzalez takes his lead at third with 1 away. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Now batting.
Ready for another shot now. Evan Gattis. Lifetime versus Joe Kelly. He's just 2 for 9. He's taken him deep once. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets fouled.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely...
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. Here's J.D. Martinez. One for two.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
The 1-2. Popped high in the air. Gonzalez has a play. 1 out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Xander Bogaerts. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. And a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
McCann waits on it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Ready once again, Rafael Devers. No hits. This one smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Marisnick going back into the Crawford boxes and gone. Digging in and looking for more, Eduardo Nunez. A hit in 2 tries so far. This one's down to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
It's time.
Striding in once again, Jake Marisnick. No hits to this point. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, George Springer. He's 0 for 3 so far, so he hasn't done much to help at the top of the lineup. Oh, don't know how you lay off that one, but he did, and it's 2-2. And a full count to George Springer. It's 3-2.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
And there are 2 away now.
Number 2, Alex Bregman.
Line to the right side. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Carson Smith takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning. Good action on the sinker, 1 and 2.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
And safe, says the first base umpire. As the throw was Bregman on second. Altuve on at first with 2 down. A little tapper on the first, and the Astros can't cash in. Is that it? Digging in to try it again.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Ken Giles enters from the pen to start the 8th, and it's quite possible they'll ask him to pitch 2 full innings to close this out. And into center field, a base hit, so early trouble here to start the 8th inning. Striding in for Boston, Jackie Bradley Jr. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. Reddick has a read on it. 1 away. Here's Mookie Betts. Lifetime numbers against Ken Giles. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. To short. Altuve for 1. On to first, it's a double play as their woes continue. Ready for another chance? Josh Reddick. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8th. Inside with the slider, and that back him up.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning.
Number 9.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Marwin Gonzalez. He made it to third on a triple in his previous appearance.
Now pitching for Boston, number 46, Craig Kimbrell.
Swing and a miss. Looked like the knuckle curve there, and that's out number 2. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. And in previous meetings with Craig Kimbrell, he's 1 for 3. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
The 1-1. Is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 2.
Somebody needs to go rattle a cage right here. Take the bats and start throwing them all over the top.
Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. But it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. The throw into second. And this will wind up a closer play than I thought, but he's in there with 2 bases. Here's J.D. Martinez. Lifetime numbers against Ken Giles. He's 1 for 3. 3-1 to Martinez. In the dirt here. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. And that misses, ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. A little bouncer. Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Here's a line drive into center field. It's a base hit. Scoring is the runner from third, and that'll cut the lead down to 1. Next up for the Red Sox, Rafael Devers, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. 2-1.
This is where I think you find out a lot about a pitcher's moxie. No one warming up in the pen. He's in trouble right now. He knows it. Can he right the ship and stay composed?
Marisnick is under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Struck him out, so he'll strand the possible tying run at second, and a great job of working out of trouble as this ball game is over. Not a lot of runs put on the board in this one, but here's a guy that found a way to make a difference. He's the tops player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around performance from him at the plate, as the stats indicate. Ended up with 4 hits.